All right, Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Chakodash, the honors to the elder apostles of Great Millstone who rule well. And salutation and much love to the Akim out there pushing out his word in truth and sincerity. This is Brother Osh from Great Millstone, Tampa, back on our lesson, as well as edifying to the hopeful elect. All right, and just pretty much land back in of the series that Apostle Tahar started about the hyenas. You know, if you know, you know. But this is why you shouldn't be dealing with these hyenas, man. And, you know, we're not talking about all the so-called black women or the so-called Latina women, but chiefly the so-called black women, all right? They're just through, man. A lot of them are just finished. Now, there's some good ones out there, of course. There's some sisters out there that are actually trying to be better, you know, trying to be, what's it called, submissive and quiet. You know, and doing what's right and acting like a woman should. But the majority of them is complete hyenas, out of order, rambunctious, rude, disgusting, obese. And that goes for the Latino woman, too. The Ephraimite woman is not very much far behind. All right. And I got a video of a dude, he does street interviews. And you're going to see what I'm talking about. Exhibit A. Okay, but let's start here in Proverbs 7 and 10. It says, "And behold, there met him a woman with the attire of an harlot and subtle heart." Which, you know, this goes into this different philosophies and spirits, but we can apply this to the black woman today. All right, the black woman, not the Israelite woman, the black woman. It says, "She is loud and stubborn. Her feet abideth not in her house. Now is she without, now in the streets, and lieth in wait at every corner." Let's get that in the other translations and see what it says. What was that? Proverbs 7. It was verse 10. That's why the scriptures say, "Let the woman learn in silence," because they shouldn't be loud and fucking annoying. It says, verse 10, "The woman approached him, seductively dressed and sly of heart." I was really reading the NIV. It says, "Then out came a woman to meet him, dressed like a prostitute and with crafty intent. She is unruly and defiant. Her feet never stay at home." Yeah, all these women out and about, clubbing and shaking ass. That's not what you want for a wife. It says, "Now in the street, now in the squares, at every corner she lurks." So let's see. Let's take a look at this. So here it is. This young man here is interviewing these what appear to be white women. All right. And here comes the two hyenas. All right. One, you got Timon and Pumbaa coming out, the lurking, like I said, lurking in the corners. All right. Now, verse 12 in NIV, "Now in the street, now in the squares, at every corner she lurks." And look at these two wildebeest.
And y'all had a good conversation. Like bitches in the way. Hey.
Look at this fat ogre, red hat hair wearing hippopotamus. And then this other one where she's not fat. I mean, but she over here smoking a Black and Mild, got a weave on, and completely out of order. And these white women are completely horrified of it. You'll see. But look how out of order they are and disrespectful they are to not only the man, but to some random strangers, because they're white women. Because the black woman's realizing that the black man's going with the white woman instead of them. I mean, look at the difference. Look at the difference between the hippo and the shorter one. I mean, the tall bitch, you know, that bitch is tall, probably playing the WNBA, but at least she's fit. And in this one, she's fit. You know, look at these two. Look at that. Disgusting. The Big Mermaid. Oh, man. Through. And she, like we read in Proverbs 7, she is loud and stubborn. Like they own the street or something.
Get in the way. Hey.
That blowing the Black and Mild in his face. Disrespect.
We're ready for questions. What's your name? I'm Keith. And you? Brandon. Why do you think it's appropriate to just run up in our interview mid-con?
That's the curses for you. She don't respect nobody. She don't respect herself, clearly. just run up on the mid conversation. The poor little girl, she because she knows if she say something against these black bitches, they're gonna beat the shit out of her. Nobody wants you hyenas, all right? And again, if your shoe don't fit, don't wear it. If you a sister that's doing the right thing, all good for you, you know. May you find the man of the Lord. But these creatures from that lurk from the sewers, they're gonna be trotting down in the street. Matter of fact, let's get that. Lord ain't playing with you, you rambunctious hippos. Like the mire, I think that's it's on the tip of my tongue. Then, yep, Micah 7:10. Then she that is mine enemy shall see it, and shame shall cover her, which said unto me, where is the Lord thy God? Mine eyes shall behold her. Now she shall be trodden down as the mire of the streets. These women are going to be trodden down in the streets very soon. All right, let's go back to it.
Hey, white, and I don't give a fuck. A hoe can't beat me.
I never give a fuck.
Are you?
I don't give a fuck.
I ain't gonna lie. They white, and I don't give a fuck. A hoe can't beat me.
I never gave a fuck.
Are you just looking for attention?
No, never. I never gave a fuck.
We want to be funny. Come up in the video. But if I'm in the middle of a conversation with two people,
I'm sorry, y'all. He feel disrespected. I'm
did you have a problem with it?
He feels disrespected. He was disrespecting you, dumb bitch. And then she got a fan over here walking down whatever street this is. She's about to have a heart attack, huffing and puffing. Needs a fan because she's completely out of obese. More, I would say she's morbidly obese. She's on the verge of a heart attack. Them arteries are clogged. See, now which one would you rather deal with? The loud, rambunctious two on the right, which are going to give you nothing but hell and argue with you like they just did right here? Or you're going to go with the two on the left which are willing to completely submit and just agree like they're doing right there? Which, you know, the white women, they ain't no saints. They're demons too. But which one would you rather deal with? Which we're going to get scriptures on it.
So what's the problem now?
Look at her. Look how disgusting she looks. And then she has no shame. There's no shame in her game. Look, she got her skin all showing. That's disgusting.
Problem now. I mean, we are girls.
They are absolutely not girls. Those are masculine hyenas.
What's next?
I don't like his.
It's okay. What's next?
I like her.
How much?
That bitch still got that black and mild in her hand. God damn. Through.
Who gives a fuck? I don't give a fuck about interrupting the conversation.
Next?
These hoes love us.
What's next? Because they obviously do love us. So what's next?
What's he?
What do you think the men watching this are going to think about you two?
Nigga, eat my dick.
Hey, everybody loves a hoe. I never seen a hoe get turned down or a hoe not wife, so...
Well, then where's your husband, you dumbass? Yeah, see, there's no shame. Oh, suck my dick. Come on, man. Nobody wants that. And anybody, a brother out there in your right mind, you doing that? That's come on, bro. You need some counseling. Sirach 25. It says, Sirach 25:13. Give me any plague, but the plague of the heart, and any wickedness, but the wickedness of a woman. So that's in the scriptures, man. You shouldn't be seeking after the wickedness of a woman, because that's what you're going to deal with them baboons, okay? And again, all women are going to give you some kind of problem, right? But there's levels to that. That's why Paul said it'd be better not to even deal with it, because why? You're going to have trouble in the flesh. But these creatures that we just seen, Exhibit A, that's something you don't need to deal with at all. In any affliction, but the affliction from them that hate me. Oh, let me skip down. The verse 16 says, I had rather dwell with a lion and a dragon than to keep house with a wicked woman. That's right, man. When you want to deal with those goonies, Would you rather? Would you want to dwell in a house with this?
Hey,
We're ready.
what's the questions? What's your name? I'm Key. And you?
Key. Yeah, you Thruski. Let's see what it says in the G&T real quick. Sirach 25 and 16. Sirach 25 and verse 16. It says, I would rather live in the same house with a lion or a dragon than with a bad wife. And that's what you would get if you dealt with one of them. Okay. The wickedness of verse 17 in the King James. The wickedness of a woman changeth her face and darkeneth her countenance like sackcloth. Her husband shall sit among his neighbors, and when he heareth it, shall sigh bitterly. If you had to deal with this every day.
Why do you think it's appropriate to just run up in our interview mid-conversation? We are girls. We are girls, don't we? Anywho, what's next?
Imagine having to deal with that every day. You would be sighing to your neighbors every day. You'd be taking the long route home, the scenic route, so you don't have to deal with it. So you just get rid of her. Or you shouldn't have even dealt with her in the first place. If any brother fall for something like that, that red hat, red flag wearing hippo, you deserve what you're going to get. It says, her husband shall sit among his neighbors, and when he heareth it, shall sigh bitterly. Yeah, because you're going to be living a bitter life. All wickedness is but little to the wickedness of a woman, that the portion of a sinner fall upon her. So if the Lord giving you up to that wickedness, maybe you're a sinner. It says, as the climbing up a sandy way is to the feet of the aged, so is a wife full of words to a quiet man. Imagine you're a quiet man and you come home to this. It's okay. See, that's the problem. Her mother taught her that it was okay to be a loud, overweight, slutty dressed, annoying amoeba, okay? Stumble not at the beauty of a woman and desire her not for pleasure. There ain't nothing beautiful about that. It says, a woman, if she maintain her husband, is full of anger, impudence, and much reproach. A wicked woman abateth the courage, maketh an heavy countenance, and a wounded heart. Yeah, so a wicked woman is going to drag a man down to a piece of bread. Okay? Now, again, all women, ultimately, they're going to give you problems. All right? And there ain't no perfect woman out there. All right? Even King Solomon said that of 1,000, he found none. But you can mitigate the risk, so to say, by dealing with a more humble woman. Okay, or honestly, a woman from outside of the U.S. really, because again, the Latino woman they act just like that. Not all of them, but they do. Or you deal with a woman from another nation, you just don't marry them. You just deal with them. It says, a woman that will not comfort her husband in distress maketh weak hands and feeble knees. Of the woman came the beginning of sin, and through her we all die. See? Give the water no passage, neither a wicked woman liberty to gather abroad. This is what happens when you let women gather abroad. Confused.
Okay, what's next?
What's next is you're going to eat a missile. Verse 20 says, if she go not as thou wouldest have her, cut her off from thy flesh and give her a bill of divorce and let her go. So if you're dealing with a woman like that, you got to let that bitch go. She's got to go. An evil wife is a yoking, shaken to and fro. Sirach 26 and 7. He that hath hold of her is as though he held a scorpion. That's what dealing with them would be like. Verse 8, a drunken woman in a gather abroad causeth great anger, and she will not cover her own shame. Exhibit A, not covering her own shame, causing anger. Because they've probably been drinking, because it looked like a nightclub spot, bars and whatnot. A bunch of people out there gathering abroad, right? Lurking in the corners, like Proverbs 7 said. He causing anger, because he angry. You don't want to deal with that shit. Oh, he was interviewing the white women and not these creatures.
What's next?
give a fuck about interrupting the conversation. These hoes love us.
What's next?
See, they don't respect the black man. I don't give a fuck what you think. They don't respect him, and they don't even know this man. Imagine if that was you were dating her.
Because they obviously do love us. So what's next?
Willing to disrespect a complete stranger on the street. Imagine what she'll do behind closed doors. Verse 9, the whoredom of a woman may be known in her haughty looks and eyelids. Look how proud these women are. And especially this one. She's the proudest one. Look at her. Look at that. Let's see the other one. You get smoking that Black and Mild down to the fucking mouthpiece. Yeah. Let's see her haughty look. Come on. Fat slob. That's disgusting. Look at her. The whoredom of a woman may be known in her haughty looks and her eyelids. Exhibit A. Talking about suck my dick. That's ridiculous. Verse 10, if thy daughter be shameless, keep her in straitly. These two women need to be locked in the house somewhere, lest she abuse herself through overmuch liberty. Them women are abusing themselves. Their fathers failed them, if they even know their fathers, honestly. Most likely not. Watch over an impudent eye, and marvel not if she trespass against thee. Again, that's why Paul said you're going to have trouble in the flesh. She will open her mouth as a thirsty traveler when he has found a fountain, and drink of every water near her. By every hedge will she sit down and open her quiver against every arrow. Yeah. AKA being a slut. And that's what these women want. They want this young man over here, and he don't want them. But they're willing to open their quivers in their mouths for any Tom, Dick, and Harry that they can get. But it's failing them. Nobody wants you. All right? And that's why the Lord cursed a lot of these black women. All right? Was that in Isaiah 3:24? So it shall come to pass that instead of sweet smell, there shall be stink. And instead of a girdle, a rent. And instead of well-set hair, baldness. That's why they're wearing the weaves. And instead of a stomacher, a girdling of sackcloth, and burning instead of beauty. There you go. Isaiah 3:24 manifested right out of the sewers. Look at that girdle. Get. And compared to the other girl next to her. Look at that. Look at the difference. Come on, man. Look at that. Look at it. That's just nasty. She needs to go on a weight loss ASAP. Cause that's not even healthy. You could die being that big. All right. So we'll close off on a couple more precepts here. Don't deal with these hyenas. Like the Paul's have been saying, don't deal with these hyenas. Proverbs 21:9. It is better to dwell in a corner of the housetop than with a brawling woman in a wide house. Let's go to the Proverbs 21. In verse 9, the NLT says, it's better to live alone in the corner of an attic than with a quarrelsome wife in a lovely home. Yeah, it's not worth it. It's better to be alone than deal with that. But sometimes you just got to learn the hard way, catch hell for no reason. It says, Proverbs 25:24, it is better to dwell in the corner of the housetop than with a brawling woman in a wide house. So how many precepts has got to tell you it's better not to deal with them? And we're giving you examples, real life examples of how they act. You know how they act. It's better, Proverbs 25:24, it's better to live alone in the corner. Pretty much the same thing. Quarrelsome woman. You don't want a quarrelsome woman, man. They're supposed to be your peace, your helpmeet. Not something that gives you contention every time you come home. Strife and contentions. You're already out fighting the world. All right. We're fighting against principalities. Okay. Casting out strongholds. Then you're going to come home to this? Hell no.
What's next? Because they obviously do love us. So what's next?
What's next?
What do you think the men watch watching this are gonna think about you too.
Nigga, eat my dick.
Hey, everybody loves a hoe. I had never seen a hoe get turned down or a hoe not wife, so.
Through. Hey, call halal Yahweh Bahashim Yahweh Shai. Double honors to the elder apostles, great millstone, salutation to the elect. Shalom. Don't deal with these demons.